mentally tired. I'm tired from all the magic, probably. And I'm gonna tell you when I get tired, when they take my energy and they gotta, I live off my energy. So when they take, because this body, it's something about this body ain't never been right or fully restored. So I live off my spiritual energy. I thrive off of it. I always have since I was little because I couldn't never get out of the bed. And I learned how to utilize my spiritual energy, but I realized that it goes away and come back. Most of the time for magic though, candle magic or something like that. God know about it though. I don't know why I was young. I'm dying. They said I'm dying, man. Yeah, I'm dying. I bet God be laughing at me, bro. What I used to say, I didn't know what it was, but it was just my energy. It took me a long time to figure that out. I said, effing dying, man. Didn't want to get out of bed, go to school. This been a hell of an experience, man. But you know, the knowledge that I found out, man, it was well worth it. Only if we knew that Jesus figured all that out, going through trials and tribulations the right way. We all do so much, even me. We take thing get on your finger, people tell you don't do that. When I be around female, when I used to, but I wasn't in this situation, don't do that, that's gonna make it worse. It hurt bad when you do it that way, but it don't hurt me that bad. I got used to it, man. You're supposed to take some tweezers or something, cut them off, pull them off. Ooh, it hurts so bad. You're used to it, it don't hurt no more. That ain't good though, don't do it like that. You just make more of it. But I'm just sitting here looking at it like all this. I just thank God. I thank God, man. Because man, I used to do it, try to skip these trials and tribulations. I didn't know trials and tribulations. Wake up how to get rid of cancer. Wake up how to get rid of all illnesses. How to get rid of deformity. How to get rid of all this stuff. I didn't know that. Man, that's what Jesus. That's why I always ask myself. You read the whole Bible and everything. They never tell you why they hung Jesus. And they never get to the point of why they hung Jesus. You read it, they do and they don't. They want you to read between the lines. They're basically saying Jesus. Talk too much. Not talk too much, but taught too much. And that's what they were saying. He was teaching too much. That's what they try to say. And they couldn't say it like they go like, why we gonna hang him for teaching too much? I mean, why we gonna crucify him for teaching too much? All he was doing was healing. He was showing man how to heal himself. And it's easy. But it ain't nowhere near easy, but you gotta elevate. You just gotta leave sin alone, basically. Sin always tied down to illnesses. Even with your kids. Like if you got a child, well, what about my child? My child got cancer. Well, what are you doing? And I ain't talking about you smoking a cigarette. What are you doing? Like, what are you participating in? What are you indulging in? What you got going on? If that child is your gift, obviously you love your child because you're saying your child, got cancer. So why did your child get cancer is the answer. I mean, is the question. Why did your child get cancer? What are you doing? You go through, so how would you search that down? How would you search that down? You would search that down like, you start by cleaning out your food. Like my twin, like I said, she love to talk about fasting. She must eat real good. You start by eating, going through your food. You put the sugar, you've been giving your child sugar since he was born. Well, get rid of that. That probably won't do it neither though, but get rid of that. It'll help. It's a path. So you go down that road. Oh, well, I got rid of cancer. Most important, and then it's gonna get to a hard part. It's gonna get to the hard part. The hard part gonna be the treatment. You're gonna have to start going to the doctor, and you're gonna have to switch medicine, more natural medicine. The doctors got it, but we always want something for the pain, whether we're a child or not. Parents want it for the kid. You gotta switch but it ain't really the pain medicine. It might be, I don't know, but it's really the suppressing medicine. So it's like, okay, let's say this is the cancer in this bottle. Okay, well, you're healing. I'm skipping a lot, but you should figure out that's food. You got cancer in this bottle right here. That same thing with smoke. Smoke eventually probably would trigger something. The smoke, it does something. But people gotta learn to quit stuff. You gotta learn to quit stuff, leave it alone for a while. If you are a smoker, and then you just gotta feel those filters inside yourself, and then you wanna go back, you go back, I guess. But if you don't wanna go back, don't never go back. But smoking eventually builds up or something like that. It builds something. I think it do something. Because you gotta look at the food, you gotta look at the sugar, everything we do pretty much cause cancer, everything. Smoking just don't probably trigger it or something. Don't smoke because I'm smoking. I'm finna quit. It's time for me to quit. It's like I know these filters in my body, and I stop, let them filter out. I want to go back, I go back. A lot of my males in the family do that. We used to offset dip and smoke. Smoke, and then go to dip. We used to do all kind of crazy stuff. But I really just started smoking in 2020. But anyway, let's say this is cancer. Well, you want this out. You want this out of you. If you got medicine that's suppressing it, it's not coming out, right? So if you detox from sugar, you detox from milk, your family done heal, went to church, done prayed, rather go to church or not. You done prayed, meditated, and you done try to figure out where you done been participating in somebody downfall. You got out of that. Everything right now. You look at your child still ain't healing. Oh well. I'm saying it's 50-50 chance still regardless. But when you try all this, it might work though. You're 50-50, right? So okay, what else you got going on? Well, you take your child to the doctor still saying, so you kind of, okay. Well, you got these suppressants you giving them. And if you look up most medicine, this ain't the doctor's fault now. This is just what we asking for. And I don't want to really get into that, but it suppresses. So it's pushing it in there. So you did all this stuff to get it out, but you got the hole plugged up. There you go. That is, bro. I had to go through that with my stomach. And my cousin just told me, he said, quit smoking. At that time, I think I was smoking weed. And he was like, quit smoking. And quit, I was taking some medicine. And yeah, he said, quit taking the medicine, quit drinking. And then I was drinking Johnny Walker. He said, quit doing that. And I had to quit. And it went away. It took almost 2 years though. So it's like I had to go on this strict diet. It took about 2 years. But I know if I could do it, anybody can do it. But my body always been weak. But now that I know about my body, I love my body, man. Now that I know my body parts are scattered throughout the world, that's the way it feels. I love my body. I can almost guess that when I come back next lifetime, just guessing, it'll be the lungs we work on. Because my lungs is almost in the same situation as my root chakra. I've been just sitting here learning, bro. That's it, man. I was saying to myself, it would have been good to have a lover, but I don't think I would have had God like I got God at the moment. But if I did have a love, it would have been intriguing. It would have been interesting. If I could have got her, or if she was on the same page, it would have been fun. But either way, it was great, outstanding. I'm just glad I gave myself to God. Because Jesus, that's why he was so cool, bro. Jesus done. I can see Jesus. Not really, but I can see from here where I'm standing, I can see Jesus' elevation, bro, which is impossible. I can see, okay, I'm right here, I can tell Jesus way up there. I'm talking about when he was here in the physical. Jesus way up there, and I'm like, oh my God, I can see it now though. I can see it now. I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, Jesus right there, I'm like, oh, ain't nobody in the world can say that. I see Jesus like Jesus. I see you right here, bro. And he way up there. When he got up there through prayer, meditating, living right. When you do something like this, I'm getting chills. Look at them chills. When you do something like this, you wanna pray. When you see it like this, and when you experience it like this, you wanna pray. You wanna meditate. You wanna give God. Let's say I'm married. Me and my wife give so much time to God throughout the day, not all at one time, because that'll be boring. In the morning sometime, in the evening, at night before you go to bed, and between those hours, you meditate. My really routine is this, but I just stopped doing it because all these experiments got in the way, and I had to focus on it and analyze. But I really do it like this. I get up. The getting up at 4, 5 in the morning, that really just started, because I normally don't go to bed till 1 in the morning. But it's starting to feel pretty good, so I figured I'd keep it going. I like jail, when I went to jail, I went to jail. I ain't gonna say often, but I went to jail enough. And I was going to jail every 2 years. But I like the routine in jail. They go to sleep, and then they get up 6 in the morning, clean up, do a little exercise, eat at 7:30, 7 o'clock, lay back down, take a nap, get back up. And I just kept that going. I like stuff like that. And, take care of yourself. That's all you really got to do in jail and prison, take care of yourself. So, I had my routine. My original routine was get up around 6 or 7, 7:11, meditate. I pray and read the Bible. 7:11, meditate. 8:11, meditate. Skip 9. Sometime 10:10, meditate. 11:11, meditate. Sometime 12:11. 1:11, meditate. 2:11, meditate. Sometime 3:11. 4:11, meditate. Or 4:44. Skip 5:11. No, 5:11 I meditate. I skip 6:11. 7:11, meditate. And then back down, we go around. And when I had a friend, a partner, a lover, whatever, I ain't gonna say no lover, but her number, when I get with women, we get a number for some reason from the universe. And our number was 617, I think. So we did the same thing with sex. 717, 817. We knew it was time. Something like that. You can't have kids, though, probably. We ain't have no kids. And we just knew that was our number. But that was the routine. That's what I used to do. And it just stayed like that. And I kept building up. And then before you know it, I was doing that so much. I started doing that. And then I started meditating at 7:11. And they got extremely long without me knowing. Before you know it, I might start meditating at 7:11. And I might have not stopped meditating till 9:11. Before you know it, I was meditating for 4 hours straight. I didn't even realize it. And I did that for about a year or two. Anyway, like I said, I just like to give myself to God. I'm glad I gave in this situation where I'm at with God, ain't no it might be a pope out there or something that understand what I'm going through, but I don't feel like there's no preacher out there to get it like I get it right now. This is something that I love to do, want to do, feel good to do. I couldn't imagine not going without doing it. So I'm really going somewhere with it. Back in the days, I used to go to church. I used to preach. I used to go to church or read the Bible or pray, and I didn't really feel nothing, just to be real with you. But now, I know exactly what's going on. I know things is being done. I know your prayers is going in this thing over there in the universe, and they being analyzed. And I know whatever you pray for, immediately start manifesting. You just gotta acknowledge it. How many women ask for a good man and turn them down when they got it? A man that come packaged like they wanted it to. because of their lack of understanding, or because of the fact that they're trying to please their friend. So you really didn't want a man, you know. But if God brought you somebody, you know you wanted the person. You just, the devil be there. You didn't want to accept it because the devil was in your ear. You prayed for that person, you got that person, that's exactly what you wanted. But you didn't, because of your friend, your surroundings, you didn't want it. Maybe, I don't know, it's always different reasons. I just know I'm glad I chose God over everything. There were many things that could have made me turn, should have made me turn around. Most people would have turned around. Attention spell, the sacrifice, the unaliving, the destiny swapping, the beatings, physically and mentally, the abuse. Cheating. There's a lot of stuff. The deaths. The broken heart. The love loss. The re-navigated lovers. The security loss. You name it. Whatever life can throw at you, pretty much. And yeah, I'm glad I chose God over all of it. And I'm glad that eventually I started seeing my prayers in the physical. And I'm glad I started noticing my prayers manifesting regardless of what I pray. And I don't pray for the typical. Most people pray for them. I pray for my love that's entering into my life, but not like most people would probably pray for. I pray for her well-being, her safety. Hope she make good decisions in life. I normally don't pray for, hey God, let me get this, let me get that, bring this to me, bring that. I normally don't pray for that. Pray for wisdom, knowledge. Stuff that you gotta go through some hard trials and tribulations just to receive. You pray for it, boom, you get in a position to where you are, you waking it up. Same thing like with this cancer thing. You got cancer. If you got cancer personally, you should be able to feel the change on your body. Man, you probably can feel it'll throb the more you tickle it. It'll throb. You know. I got something like that. Like if you put too much sugar in my body, I got something like that on my body that'll go off, and it'll just let me know, okay, fall back on the sugar. It's like all that. It ain't just for sugar, it's for everything, cancer, anything, whatever you put in your body, sodium, whatever. You need more carbohydrates. Your body tell you all this stuff. Okay, you don't need no more of that. You don't need no more of that. Get rid of this. Put more of this in. You know why? If y'all got cameras in here, you'll notice I had these moments where I keep eating sugar. That's because my liver for some reason need it. And then I just start eating. I can feel it building it up. I ain't got diabetes and that. I just help my liver out. And Because I don't really eat enough sugar like that. I don't eat sugar like that. Like people think. I keep it around, but I don't be eating like that. Now, it's like, it's something unique about my body. A part of me, a half of me or something. It's like, I think that's from the dark version. It's like, it's something about sugar and the dark and the yin or the yang department. I don't know what that is. I ain't never got into it, but I started realizing a long time ago though. And it's like, certain people in my tree, they can't even drink water. All they do is eat sugar. It don't affect them or bother them. I don't know how I growed up with. I made one person when I was younger drink water and they threw it up. I got a good idea, but I ain't gonna say nothing on mine though. There's something about sugar though. That's probably why they hide it. You can't. Nobody knows how they make sugar.